And I'm going to bring in Myles Nelson now. Myles, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so happy that Spore could hop in. I no problem whatsoever pushing it back. I mean, how could we ever turn down Spore is doing a presentation? I
Right?
We all needed that.
And it was a fantastic presentation, and I got to, I got to have my fun. I got to do a little mini fireside chat with him, which I always enjoy a ton doing. So,
Oh, absolutely.
you
They're
should
always
share
a
your
good time.
screen, by the way. Uh,
Already? You want me to just get
no, no,
started
no,
right
just have it
away?
prepared, just so I know I can easily leave and then push it in. But yeah, before we started, do you want to explain exactly what you're going to be sharing with us?
Uh, no, because
No, you
I'm
just want to
going
go
over
into
that.
the
I'm going over
presentation.
that. It's in the present. I
It's in
have
the
a slide
presentation.
to
Okay.
talk about it. I will say this. I will say this
Yeah.
before we go into the sharing the screen and all that.
Mm.
I am talking about one of the five wacky leagues today. That
Yes.
does not mean that I don't love my other four wacky leagues. Okay,
Of
I love
course.
them all equally. Okay, but this one is special. We just did something very cool for this very recently that you're all going to see now, and it is something we're going to do more of in our Discord. Shout out Pitcherless Plus.
What? What?
You gotta be there to do these fun things. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh my god, I need to do that, you gotta join Pitcherless Plus to do it. And finally, shout out. I know he's in the chat, CBM Reeves, because so many people have asked me, hey, was this your idea? Like my mom even was like, is this something that you thought up? And I'm like, no, I did not think this up. Christopher Reeves thought it up, and I have to give him the credit for that. So thank you so much, Chris, for having this idea a year
Yeah.
ago, and thank you
Y-
to everyone for allowing us to run with it and make it a thing. And thank you to you, Nick, because
Oh
without
no.
you, we
Okay.
don't have
Okay.
these
Stop
wacky leagues.
that. No, Reeves, I remember this. You put it inside of the ideas for the site channel inside of our Discord, and instantly I was like, yes.
Yep.
And then like I was essentially I put out my bat signal for Myles because Myles has taken the reins really of all the fun things that we do here. It's why he's the manager of the We Love Baseball staff. And by the way, we might go a little bit long on this one. Is the reason why I made you the last one because I had a feeling this might go a little
There's a
bit far, and
chance.
that's
There's a
fine.
chance.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like this is PitchCon. This is what we're doing. We're doing it for a great cause. Whatever.
Also, check
But
that off your bingo card. Nick said we
yeah,
might go a little bit long. You can
of
check that
course. All right,
one.
yeah, I already did that. It's fine. But yeah, this is one of those things where it's we fantasy baseball is about having fun. We've spent so much time talking about the analysis, the stats, and who's going to do well and who's not, and then the actual game itself. We had that really good Ottoneu panel, but there are all these wacky things
Absolutely.
we can do. You gave a fantastic panel last year to spice up your fantasy life, and this. I think like this is the coolest thing. I remember last year we did this and I didn't realize how like it was going on really, and I
Nope.
saw our Discord had like 40 people watching as you guys gave a presentation debrief about it, and this is the debrief now. I'm gonna leave as you tell everybody exactly what this is.
All right. Bye, Nick. Thanks for that. Yeah, this is something that was a lot of fun. It's really special. Shout out our graphics team, by the way. I like requested a graphic for this league and had this like literally an hour later. So Doug Carlin, fastest hands in the West. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Now, let's talk about the blind draft. This is the best fantasy baseball draft that you've never done before. Except for like maybe 30 people out there who have done this, because we've only done two of these. We did one last year, we did one this year, and I cannot wait to do more of these. We're 100% going to do so many more of these. So one last thing, I have to give another shout out, huge appreciation to Ben Brown, because without Ben, this presentation does not happen. He put in so much work on this. He truly is the Paul Hollywood to my Prue Leith. So thank you so much, Ben. This was not made by our graphics team. This was homemade, as you can probably tell. So thank you, Ben, again so much. If you guys see Ben around Twitter or wherever, just give him a thank you from me, and absolutely give him a nice Paul Hollywood handshake. All right, let's talk about blind drafts. How does it work? Like, what are we talking about here? Basically, what it comes down to is this: there are two managers for every team. So in a 12-team league, we've got 24 managers in that. One manager drafts in the odd rounds. The other one drafts in the even rounds. So you only get to make every other pick for your team. So if you got that first round pick, you're not making another pick until the third round, until the fifth round. If you're at the wheel, there's a million picks between you and your next pick. So you only get to make half the picks for your team. We keep the co-managers separate, right? So this draft actually requires moderators, because someone has to know what's happening because everyone else is completely in the dark. We keep them basically in 2 separate rooms, socially distanced. They're online. All the odd drafters are in one room. All the even drafters are in another room. So they only know who else is drafting in their round. They don't know who their partners could be. They don't know anything. They can't communicate with them. They can't say, hey, I'm taking a pitcher this round, and I would really like it if you took a hitter next round. Or, hey, I don't like closers. Please don't draft any closers. Let's leave that for the end. You can't say any of that stuff. You have no idea. So strategy, good luck. Like, hey, you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, that Austin Bristow presentation about stolen bases opportunities taken, that was really cool. I really learned a lot. I've got John Birdie as my late round steals option. He's going to steal 30 bases this year. I am not drafting anyone who steals bases at the top. And then your co-manager decides that they want Adalberto Mondesi in the second round. And
I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard.
And that really is a shame. You know, you had this whole strategy, and it all completely goes out the window in the second round. And that's basically what this is. That's what we're talking about. That's the blind draft in a nutshell. So you know, that's the issue that you have to deal with at the core. So what did we do? Right? I said we did something cool last week. Well, we did our own blind draft last Wednesday. We had 12 in one room. We had 12 pitcher list plus community members and pitcher list staffers. And then in the other room, we had 12 writers and podcasters from around the industry. I'm talking baseball headquarters, NBC Edge, RIP Roto World, The Athletic, CBS, Fantrax, like all these people from these amazing websites, and they've done so much amazing stuff, and you know, all fantastic Twitter follows, and we're going to get into who they all are. But they're paired up. They've never, most of these people have never met each other, let alone had any idea like who they like, what kind of draft they're going to do. I mean, it's not ideal, right? They don't know. It took place last Wednesday. We're at like 10 days of them having done this draft and not knowing who on earth they drafted with. Like, they still don't know. We've done a fantastic job of not letting them know, except actually, you know what? Except for 2 people. We let in 1 PL Plus member and 1 industry member in on the secret a couple days ago. And they got to meet and talk about things. So let's find out who is under the mask.
Miss Monster, show us who you really are. Take it off. 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 Take it
Oh my God! Al Melchior, fantasy baseball writer and podcaster.
That's right. We had Al Melchior as one of the panel, the industry experts who were drafting for a team. He was so kind and lent us a couple, another half hour a couple of days ago to meet with his co-manager. By the way, I'm noticing all the comments about how I'm killing it. This is all Ben Brown. Anything that required good video work, that's Ben Brown. That's why I said this doesn't happen without him. So this is Al Melchior being revealed, and here's a quick 2-minute clip of Al meeting his co-manager.
Yeah, it's just oh, no way. Sick. Right? That's awesome. Hi, Al.
I mean, the thing is, there were picks that I disagreed with, but it wasn't anything like, oh my God, this ruins the team. What am I going to do? I didn't have the mindset of like, I have to change course or anything like that. And it was my first time doing this, and I just thought it was really cool. Like, I just liked the novelty of it, and I think I was much more focused on that and kind of taking in that experience than grumbling about things that I would have done a little differently. And there was nothing I would have done substantially differently. I think I love our starting pitching.
Yeah, I think for the most part, last time I did this, I was very much not on the same page with my co-manager to a comedic extent. I could hear Myles chuckling, and it was I will say stressful. But this time, like the picks that you were making, I was like pretty much jiving. There was a couple that I didn't like too much, but that's to be expected. But like it was a much different experience this time when like I was like, okay, yeah, okay, we could work with that. That makes sense. We got a chord to work with here. Well, I just thanks Al for being available for this. I think this, it was great to like draft with an expert, somebody who I follow and read every day, but then to get this added bonus of like FaceTime, I think. Thanks, Myles, for putting it together. Thanks, Al, for being available. It's just like it makes it so much take to the next level. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thank you both. And yeah, this was super fun. I would do it again. In fact, I said to people, the very next day, like I really want to do another one of these. So it was really,
Absolutely.
really fun.
Yeah. So, and by the way, I've already put in the order for the print and the frame of Al Melchior saying, I really want to do another one of these. This was a lot of fun. That was the coolest thing to hear. Huge shout out to Al Melchior for making the time to do this chat and giving us the permission to do this Masked Singer video. I cannot say enough how much I appreciate him. No one else in that Masked Singer video gave us consent. That was just, hey, we're just throwing your faces in here. And I hope Yancey had fun being Nicole Scherzinger. All right. So that's, PL Plus member King Hippo meeting Al Melchior. What about everyone else? There's still 22 people in this draft who have no clue whatsoever who their partner was. So let's go ahead and reveal, finally, no more waiting, who everyone's partners were. So let's start with Team 1 with Scott Sieber, PL Plus community member. By the way, Nick and Fast will be live streaming his home league draft this year because he won that in the PitchCon gift drawing last year. So make sure you fill out that form to win stuff here from PitchCon, as well as, it would be super awesome if you donated to our cause, because the more donations we get, the more gifts get unlocked. So maybe you could win something awesome like Scott did. So let's see what Scott's thoughts were.
Play each other on the turn pretty well. Be curious if he didn't like the amount of starting pitching through round 9.
Well, what did his partner have to say? His partner, by the way, is Drew Silva from NBC Edge, writer there. He's a host of the Circling the Bases podcast, and he did give us permission to be used in that Miley Cyrus video. Really appreciate it. Shout out, Drew. I don't know if you knew that's what you're getting yourself into, but I do appreciate it. What were Drew's thoughts of his partner, Scott?
I like my blind drafter.
Yeah,
Make just a lot of smart picks.
We'll get you in contact with them after so they can do all your drafting for you.
That's fine. I need some time off.
Yeah, for your Saturday drafts.
Oh,
That's
God.
yeah, he could be my weekend drafter.
So there you go. That a successful pairing right there. Two guys that really jived with the other one. They felt good about their draft. They liked the picks, even though Drew picked Adalberto Mondesi in the second round. That didn't throw off Scott one bit. So a successful pairing there from Scott and Drew. Let's talk about Team 2. Team 2 is led by PL staffer Josiah DeBoer. He's a Going Deep author. By the way, he's got a good taste in books. Follow him for sure on Twitter. What are Josiah's thoughts about his draft?
I'm waiting to find out that my teammate just took the players that would spell out their own name and that there's just some secret hidden in the names.
Yeah, maybe there's a secret code. Maybe the pick spelled out the name of his partner, who is Chris Welsh. At Is It The Welsh on Twitter, in this league podcast host, complete content machine. He is always tweeting stuff out and stuff that he's doing. And he was a content machine, by the way, in our draft. So as you can see here.
That's right. That's right. Myles, I do want you to know that we will all be counting every second you put us on screen. So we will be making sure to know who you like and don't like by how much time you give us. Just want you to know.
It comes.
I like the idea of like putting our partners in stressful situations. Be like, you just get this. I'm gonna do this. You figure this out. Here's how I'm gonna make you a better fantasy player. Clean this up.
Josiah, I hope you feel like you've been made a better fantasy player from the Welsh pushing you in the blind draft. We have a whole video on them. We'll see it a bit later. There's a lot of stuff here from the Welsh and Josiah. So absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to team 3. Team 3, we've got Sabertooth Tigers PL Plus community member. As you can see from his name, he's a fan of analytics, prehistoric animals, the Detroit Tigers, and also that amazing living room.
Hey, Ben, can you let my partner know that both of their last 2 picks are who I had queued up for my next pick?
That is good to
huge fan.
Oh, that's just
Adorable
adorable when that happens. It's real sweet.
So they're on the same page, or at least Sabertooth Tigers feels like he's on the same page with his co-manager. How did his co-manager feel? Well, his co-manager was Jeremy Frank. You might know him as at MLB Random Stats on Twitter. He's written 2 books. As a college sophomore, I have a lot to think about with my own life and where I'm at. But fantastic for Jeremy, and let's see how he feels knowing that he was on the same page with his co-manager. Jeremy, I want you to know that your co-manager says every pick you've been making was in their queue.
Let's go.
Let's go.
No, that might,
You've been making good picks.
Way, but
So, I mean, Jeremy maybe didn't feel the same way about his partner, but he was very happy that he was making his partner happy. And that's what matters, right? At the end of the day. Let's keep it moving. Let's move on to team 4. Team 4 is Phillies fan Brian Holcomb, PL staffer, wrote "Is it legit?" last year. This might be the true identity of the Philly fanatic.
I am liking the team. I'm a little bit curious. I am actually curious about the Tim Anderson pick, just because walks are valued in this league. So he is a little bit not who I would have necessarily chosen at that spot.
Well, let's see what Brian's partner thought. Brian's partner, by the way, Brent Hershey, GM of content over there at Baseball HQ. And Brent, by the way, Phillies fan, is actually the true identity of the Philly fanatic.
I probably wouldn't have done that, but I trust my partner.
You don't know them.
Uh-oh.
I would say it probably about.
I don't trust my partner anymore.
And that's how it goes sometimes. It can be that fast from one pick to the next. You love your partner, you hate your partner. Sometimes that's just the way that it goes. Let's move on to Team 5. Team 5, PL Plus community member Matt Nielsen, who's been around since 2017. Absolutely fantastic. He's a Mariners fan, so everyone please be nice to him. What does Matt have to say about his team?
I like our team. I wish we had gone more pitcher heavy early on. That's probably my fault.
Sometimes you are your own worst enemy. Sometimes your partner is your worst enemy. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Who is Matt's partner, by the way?
I will say I've kind of come around to my partner a little bit. They're starting to take like really boring, like inning eater type things. Like Zach Davies in this format is perfectly fine as like our 7th or 8th SP.
Yeah.
It's not sexy. Nobody's going to be like high-fiving them or anything like that. But like more often than not, they're going to show up in your best ball lineup. You know what I mean? Like he's just so solid.
I don't think I need to say anything else. Team 6 here, PL Plus community member Christopher Reeves. This is the Christopher Reeves we're talking about who came up with this idea initially. So obviously he's already done both. This is his second blind draft, so he's a veteran to it. But let's just hear in his words how he's feeling about this draft.
I was gonna be. I don't want my industry co-owner to have to only take pictures for a while because that's gonna suck, and I feel bad. But I'm kind of like, these hands are diamond. Like these hands are so diamond. It's hard to go back on what I've said.
Yeah, yep, diamond hands, and he proved it in his draft. Who would his partner be that has to deal with these diamond hands? Well, that's Kate Prusser, editor-in-chief over at Lookout Landing. She's also a Mariners fan, so also please be nice to her. Let's see how she felt about her partner.
Oh, was the technical error caused by my partner slamming their fists through their laptop when I picked the
No. Chris, I can already see you apologizing to your partner, Kate, in the chat. Don't worry. Let's get all of the footage of what happened in this. Well, not all of it, because that would be way too much from the two of you. But let's get a bunch of it from Chris and Kate. Let's see how their draft went.
last year I drafted my team was called Team Fun, and it was just like Tatis and Acuna and Lamette I got really early on. So just a bunch of guys.
The team sounds pretty lit, to be honest with you.
Hey, what are the league settings? Are there rules?
It's points league.
Best ball.
It's best ball.
Points. Oh my god. I don't remember how points leagues work.
You get points for what they do.
Yeah, they do things and you get points.
Higher number equal better. How many points is a home run?
Home runs go brr.
Hey Ben, so it's actually a 5 outfield team or not?
I don't know. You guys didn't read what he said?
Yes.
I did less than 0 preparation for this, so
I'm very stressed out that my partner does not think I'm doing a good job. This is I did not do enough research. I was like, blind draft, what's that? Did not read about what it actually was. So if I had known that someone else's hand, oh no, I have to pick. Oh no. Okay.
Swanson in the 8th.
All right, oh boy.
someone send a message to my staffer because I am not taking a picture. I am taking no pictures.
All right,
Pass
this
that along to
round,
Kyle.
partner pick a pitcher challenge. Has not happened yet.
Am I going to be nice and take a picture? I feel like my co wants me to take a pitcher now or a hitter. I think he wants me to take a hitter. And I don't like that he's trying to sway me in a direction. I don't like that presumption. I don't like being put in a box. You know, I'm being put into a box, and I think I need to go the opposite of where he wants. I'm taking Kenley Jansen because I don't like being put in a box. I don't like it. I can feel him putting me in a box. I don't like it. I don't know who my co is. But
No
I will
one
not
puts Reese in a corner.
No one puts Reese in a corner.
Oh, there it is.
There's the first one.
Ah.
Oh, there you go.
Do you wish they took a hitter?
No, I don't. I don't.
I think she just wishes not that guy.
I mean, no, I like Jansen. With some variance in the pitching staff, I had really hoped for like a boring pick, but it's pretty rude of me to make all these crazy picks and then be like, now you pick the boring guy. So I might have to do that in the next round.
Coming down to the wire here.
So wait, who's team 4?
This is Brent's team. Brent's partner is a little.
Brent, how dare
indecisive.
you take Anthony Rendon after what Kate said?
Oh,
not a bad pick.
Oh, that's an auto pick.
Here comes another member of Team Fun.
Oh,
That's very
yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that is very fun.
I like that.
Oh, Lou Bob.
Wow,
Mookie, Lindor, Luis. That's hot.
that is the fun team.
Do you feel like Robert definitely fit into that motif for you?
I demand to
Wait, that was an accidental
we're
pick.
rolling back.
Oh,
no!
No!
What's happening?
Going the wrong way.
No, you can't do
It was
this.
the auto pick of Bogarts. I guess they tried to put in someone else.
You're vetoing Xander.
We
Are they
we
gonna
had to
go Xander
back.
now instead?
Well, we really don't need a shortstop, so I'm definitely taking Xander Bogaerts.
Reeves, you're on the clock.
Yeah. You know what? Let's see how this Nolan Arenado project in St. Louis goes, huh?
Okay, there he is.
What? When they changed to Arenado?
Hey, what happened? No, I don't.
Why did he change his mind, by the way? Arenado didn't go before him. He's just like, nah, I'm not going to do the Roberts.
What happened?
I don't like fun.
Oh my God! I mean,
I'm
Arenado's
crushed.
great.
I
Very
quit.
happy with Arenado.
I rage quit.
No fun, please, sir.
I'm going for the content, baby.
Do it for the
Do it
meme.
for the gram.
Do it for the gram. Speaking of which, follow me, Chris, at CBM Reeves on Instagram. Yeah. I'm the good-looking, funny, like comedic relief.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. All I do know is that Luis Robert got taken before Kate's next pick. So not only did she not get Luis Robert in the third round with Chris's pick, she also didn't get Robert on her pick on the turn. So she really, I hope Nolan Arenado does well. I hope Nolan Arenado outproduces Luis Robert to at least make it feel a little bit better and a little less pain. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's move on to the next thing. I'm moving around my slides here. All right, Team 7, PL Plus member Neil Vita. He prefers prospects to Major League Baseball players, and he does have a twin brother who he saw helping him with this draft. Is that cheating? I don't know. You be the judge of that. I don't know. But let's see how Neil thinks his draft went.
Mostly don't like Nate Eovaldi and Miguel Sano, just getting drafted, period. But the rest are fine. I wouldn't have picked Dansby, but fine. Same with Moose.
I think if you were counting on him, that's like 4 different players that he just said he would not have picked there. So I don't think Neil really liked his draft. Well, maybe his partner feels differently. Let's see what his partner thinks. This is Ray Murphy, by the way. Ray also co-GM of content at Baseball Headquarters. And Neil, your partner was the FSWA 2016 Fantasy Baseball Writer of the Year. How can you quibble with his picks? Well, what were Ray's thoughts of yours picks?
I'm having trouble aligning my thinking. They're not bad picks; they're just surprising me at every turn. So I'm kind of reacting and trying to balance things off as best I can.
I think that was the kindest way I could ever hear someone say that. They didn't like.
No, I don't. Individually, I don't hate the guys at all.
I'm having trouble aligning my thinking. I'm saving that for every time at work someone says something stupid and I don't agree with it. I'm just having trouble aligning my thinking. A grade from Ray Murphy there. Absolutely fantastic. All right. That's team 7. We actually we've got one more. We got a lot more teams. Let's move to team 8. Team 8. PL staffer Mary Ankenbrook. She is a social media guru, and don't ever draft with her because she will snipe you. That is like by far the thing she is best at. She long distance snipes people too. She'll snipe people from 5-6 picks out. You got to watch out for Mary because she 100% will snipe you in your draft. Sniper extraordinaire. What are her thoughts on their draft?
Oh boy. So yeah, I'm just gonna apologize up front and hope that I didn't get somebody who like is really big on prospects because they're gonna just like hate me. So
yeah, hopefully she didn't get someone who's big on prospects. She did get Trevor Huth, not just our podcast network manager, but also someone who loves prospects, has the best prospect Twitter threads. Please follow him on Twitter and watch them because everything I know about prospects, Trevor Huth has taught me. Trevor, what are your thoughts, man, on the draft?
Did my team just get Chris Bryant?
Yeah. Are you okay with that?
I mean, why though?
that's a no.
Yeah, maybe 3 third baseman was not the move. By the way, last year, if you remember from my presentation last year, we had Trevor Huth partnered up with King Hippo. I was very tempted to partner them together again, but I let random fate decide, and King Hippo got to be with someone other than Trevor. But we really thought about it. Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to skip to team 10 as team 9 was King Hippo and El Melchior. So team 10, PL staffer as well, artist formerly known as Schwebsy. He's the host of Into the Deep and Tape Measure Takes, and he does occasionally stream on Twitch to his audience of 3 and his mother. Really small, but really a fervent fan base. He had kind of an interesting draft. We have a video of it, but here's just kind of a look into how their draft went.
Give me a hitter.
Yeah.
Give me a hitter. Do it. Go hitter. Do it. Do it.
Actually, yeah. I'm starting
Go
to
hitter.
get paper-handed. I feel bad.
Do it. Come on.
I mean, whatever. I'll take Hendricks. That dude is kind of a beast.
Hitter.
Devin Williams.
Hitter gang.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty much picking hitters for I think it was like the first 7 rounds, all hitters. Who is it that's on his side of hitter gang? Who's the expert that he was drafting with? It was Chris Towers of CBS. You've heard him on Fantasy Baseball today, and he hates pitchers. So it was perfectly teamed up with Schwebsy.
It's one of those things, if you're going to fade, like if you're going to punt a category or if you're going to fade a position, and starting pitching obviously is not just a position, it's 40% of your score. You just kind of have to be okay with a little bit of indigestion during the draft and especially after it, because you're banking on the 40% bust rate at pitching not hurting you as much as it will everyone else. Everyone feels good about their pitchers until their pitchers start pitching.
So perfect. It was a match made in heaven from one pitcher hater to another. But here's something that you probably don't know, and Schwebsy, you're definitely gonna be the first one to find out right now. Chris Towers did not do the whole draft with you. He had to take off halfway through to do fantasy baseball today. So here's what ended up happening. You got Noah Scott. Noah Scott stepped in to help out and be your partner. You can probably pinpoint exactly which round the switcheroo happened because there was a bit of a change in draft strategy at a certain point. That's because it was an entirely different human drafting for your team. Noah, what were your thoughts coming into this draft?
So
I gotta say, just hopping in here and having no pitching whatsoever, I think the construction's already gotten away from me a little bit. We're gonna see how it goes, but I'm excited.
Yep, and let's look at how this draft went for Schwebsy and his co-managers. Chris, you don't want any pitchers, huh? Or Chris Towers?
There's a pretty long way in my rankings before I get to the next pitcher.
Come on, Larry.
Yeah, it was was kind of I liked the hitters more.
I had a team last year that didn't pick a pitcher till like the 10th round because they said they were just playing chicken with each other to see who would break first.
Oh,
I mean, he will be facing the Phillies, though. Hey-o!
Give me a hitter.
Yeah.
Give me a hitter. Do it. Do it.
Ooh,
Go hitter. Do it.
That
Do
was
it. Do
loud.
it. Do it.
Actually, yeah. I'm starting
Go
to
hitter.
get paper-handed. I feel bad.
Do it. Do it. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough. It's tough in basketball since you're not you got to get an actual closer if you're going to get a closer. You can't really spec on it.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I'll take Hendricks. That dude is kind of a beast.
Hitter.
Devin Williams.
Hitter gang.
Hitter.
Only.
Chris Towers, I want to share that your co-manager was hoping for a hitter there.
I guess we're the team playing chicken on no pitchers, but
Oh man, that's Team 10.
I want to believe that I'm locked in a game of
Facts.
chicken with my co-owner right now on who's going to blink first and take a picture.
So, Schwebs, what was the reasoning behind Teoscar?
He doesn't pitch.
Not a pitcher. Guy hit ball far.
Did we pause the
23.
Yeah, we've paused the draft.
So I just wanted to pause here real quick for a second before our next round. A couple of things. First of all, Noah Scott has joined us. Noah writes at Pitcherless, and he is going to step in for Chris Towers' team as Chris, has other obligations apparently.
So
I gotta say, just hopping in here and having no pitching whatsoever, I think the construction's already gotten away from me a little bit. We're gonna see how it goes, but I'm excited.
Be a hitter, baby. That's Chad Young. That's a hitter. That's Chad Young, a pitcher. Oh! That's not a pitcher. It's Jose Barrios. That's not a pitcher.
Not a pitcher.
You're okay.
A thrower. Yeah, we already have this.
idea.
My strategy.
Ben, you're not asking me enough questions. I need to talk. I need more attention.
Like my team needs pitchers now, and my co took Tommy Pham. So now I think the relationship has become antagonistic, which is what I was hoping for.
Wasted no time at all, Noah. Immediately, like 3 picks after the pause, the first pick after your first pick of the draft, and you go with Jose Barrios, and just the entire other room audible groan. So that's how their draft went. 7 picks that would have been hitters. I wish we could have seen how much further they would have gone on hitters alone, but you got to get a pitcher at some point. And Noah was just not ready for that indigestion that Chris Towers was talking about. We got 2 more teams left to talk about. Let's talk about Team 11. PL staffer Asher Dreidel wrote the Wacky League recaps last year. Huge shout out. Thank you very much for that. That was incredible. And we're going to have those again this year. We're going to talk about our Wacky Leagues. Don't worry. Like I said, I haven't forgotten the other 4. I still love them. Just right now, blind draft. You're doing it. You're doing a great job here. By the way, Asher, best beard. There's a lot of great beards. Asher had the best beard. Asher, what are your thoughts on your draft here?
I don't like Kyle Tucker. I don't know if that's
like him
based
at
on
all.
anything or if I just don't like Astros players in general, but I don't know. Has he justified a 4th round pick?
Oh,
that's a fair question.
Like I'm looking at my spreadsheet here and he has according to the math, but I don't know.
Asher, I don't think you share the Kyle Tucker opinion with your co-manager. I don't think you do, because it's Eric Cross from Fantrax who loves Kyle Tucker, said he's a first round value. You guys are not on the same page here, unfortunately. And Eric, he had his own thoughts about how the draft was going. I also want to point out that your co-manager is not happy you didn't take a picture there.
Wait. They're mad at me for not taking a picture when they just took Ryan.
You're the pitching coach.
Did they see the pick they just made of Ryan McMahon?
Yeah, you can't win them all, right? Team 1, Scott, Drew, on the same page, really, aligned in their thinking. Eric and Asher, maybe we're both having a little trouble aligning their thinking with their co-manager, just not quite on the same page. Finally, we have Team 12. We've got 2 people left. Who are they? On the PL Plus community side, we have Matt Tavernite, who, by the way, is the reigning fantasy football Guillotine League champion, and he drafted way better than his partner. Let's see what he has to say.
I liked it. I honestly liked it all up until Mike Minor with the last pick. I don't see much going on with him this year in KC, but otherwise, I kind of like that he kind of took the pitching weight off my shoulder. Like, he drafted most of them, made my life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I guess his partner is only drafting pitchers. Well, who could that be? Who on earth could his partner have been? It's this guy. I don't know who this is. I don't know how he got in here. I sent out a lot of emails in like a week to a lot of people. It's how we got to, I don't know. I screwed up. But what did this guy think about his draft?
We've got a nice little conservative core, and I hope they just trust me to get pitchers later, because I've got like 10 I want to get after round like 15.
They don't know who they're trusting, Nick. That's the thing.
I know. I just hope they will, though. They can see it. They can see the Whit Merrifield pick, and they go, maybe, just maybe, that's Nick.
By the way, like 4 different people guessed that their partner was Nick, and none of them were Matt Tavernite. So a lot of people, Nick, a lot of people thought that they had you as a partner. There were a lot of signs throughout the whole process. But Matt Tavernite and Nick Pollock paired up. Matt saying, "Hey, made my life easy on the pitching side." Well, that's because you had this guy as your drafter, and all he wanted to do was pick pitchers. So it worked out perfectly. It worked out perfectly for you, but did it work out perfectly for everyone? We've got some clips still. We still have some more videos to go through. Like I said, I had 5 hours of footage to go through of content, 2.5 hours from each room. So let's look at some other highlights. Let's talk about. I think this one is Josiah and the Welsh. Let's see what their draft ended up looking like.
Holy cow!
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Myles. I do want you to know that we will all be counting every second you put us on screen. So we will be making sure to know who you like and don't like by how much time you give us. Just want you to know.
It comes down to how much content you give me. That's all I can really go on.
I like the idea of like putting our partners in stressful situations. Be like, you just fix this. I'm gonna do this. You figure this out. Here's how I'm gonna make you a better fantasy player. Clean this up.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Welch, I love it.
I've been asked to ask you about your thoughts on relief pitchers and why you don't draft any.
Because I hate them, and it's a points league, and I want my starting pitchers. You know what? Let me ask my owner, why does he hate relief pitchers? Because he's not doing it. Listen, I reasserted my dominance in round 20. This is my draft. He needs to take the relievers. Look, he just took Matthew Boyd. Why didn't he take a reliever? I have all the starting pitchers. I'm fine. Relievers are fine, but like, why am I going to pay up at this point when there are still pitchers that we can get some serious points out of? Why am I going to pay up for like mediocre theoretical closers?
This is why you made me take Amir Garrett. This is why.
Yes. Why would I want Amir Garrett when I can get these pitchers?
And you have an RP spot that you want to make sure you get value out of every week.
Yeah, I'm not a big closer guy.
That I love the Lorenzo Kane pick.
Get those saves.
I think this is a round where everyone makes a point. Like Eric, you keep complaining about the pitch. You do what you want to do, and you make that guy go, wait, he didn't do what I want to do. Nick, do the same thing. Take a closer. Make these guys go, oh crap, this isn't my show.
I'm gonna start playing chicken with him.
Yeah, assert your dominance.
Done.
Round 20. I love my guy. I think me and whoever this is, guy, girl, we're locked in step on how we're going with pitching, and he took JD Martinez. She. I'm in. I like this person.
Okay.
I'm gonna make one of those picks that you only make because you can only draft once every 30 picks and reach
Do it for the content, baby. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, for your Saturday drafts.
Oh
That's
God,
he could be my weekend drafter.
I
Bar
hate
show.
that pick more than I hate it. Unbelievable how much I hate that pick. Can I cuss on this? Can I cuss? I can't.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it.
No, it's fine. It's I can't. Unbelievable that it took Dalton Varsho. I hate that pick with a passion. He's not the catcher. I mean, maybe they're going to get an out. Maybe he's going to get to play in the outfield. The local reporters out here have already talked about him not making the team. I absolutely hate this. What is the upside of taking Dalton Varsho here? That he's going to be the all-day, everyday center fielder?
He's enticing because he steals bases, but yeah.
I can't wait for Myles in October to make the video of this followed by the
This is the Luke Voigt thing. This is the Luke Voigt thing. I'm like, this is bull crap, blah, blah, blah. I hate it. And he's like the starting center fielder, top 20 center fielder in the NL. And
this is
just a super cut to him holding up his MVP award. Yeah.
Yes. I'm a big fan of Varsho in best ball. Just because he has more upside in my mind, what with at bats and whatnot, than basically anybody after Real Muto. I will admit that as the draft has gone on, I've been a lot more impressed with my co. I'm waiting to find out that my teammate just took the players that would spell out their own name and that there's just some secret hidden in the names.
Here's hoping Dalton Varsho has an MVP season, because I want nothing more than to make that super cut at the end of the year of everything the Welsh just said, and Dalton Varsho's amazing season. We got a couple things left here to show you. We have basically at this point we've got the highlight reel of all the great stuff that happened. I can't tell you how much fun this was ultimately, and just I mean, you can have this kind of fun with anyone, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be half experts, half non-experts. It doesn't have to. You can do this with your friends. This is so much fun, and honestly, it's just the best time. So here's a nice super cut of just some of the best moments from this draft.
Can I just say that if my co-manager drafts Adalberto Mondesi in the second round, I'm just gonna log off. I'll see you guys later. I won't be able to handle that.
What about the worst picks besides Strasburg so far?
Adalberto Mondesi in the second round. Who does that?
There we go. Can I undo one of my co-owners' picks? That'd be fantastic.
I love Jeremy's input. Like, I would have gone differently, but it's fine. We're just hanging out here.
Yeah. See, like, I'm sure my partner's more into fantasy baseball than I am, so I can't really criticize him that much. I feel like.
I mean, or you could criticize them all you can.
I was about to say you could dig in a little bit more. You could be like, you know what? F that guy. That guy sucks.
All right.
Oh,
let's
God.
double up in pitcher. Let's do this.
Joey Gallo.
There's some
Give me some boring,
Gallo, Hoskins, Harper,
stable, solid
Tucker.
players.
Yeah, a lot of power. A lot of power in Eric's team.
I hate Joey Gallo. he's a hit 180.
Well, he doesn't like you either.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm sure he doesn't.
You either, Eric.
I'm sure he's a good dude, but oh God.
I wish he would get traded to the Red Sox.
Because my impression of him is him hitting 500-foot home runs against the Mariners. That's all I know.
Oh no!
Tell him, Nick. Hey, Nick. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about your partner taking Jeff McNeil?
You do not like Jeff McNeil? I love Jeff
I
McNeil.
don't know. Points league, I don't think he does enough.
Oh.
That's the meanest thing I've ever heard you say, Nick.
15 homers and 15 stolen bases in a points league isn't what Nick was
Yeah.
looking for in the 9th round.
I really have been wanting to just do fake outrage.
You should.
At whatever pick, just like what?
I imagine the other room is swearing at us and so upset.
Okay, but Nick, if they're swearing at me, that is the best reaction I've ever gotten to anything.
Sixto.
Yes, I was going to take Sixto.
That's a fun pick.
All
There you
right,
go.
we're having fun.
I would have gotten 6 before you. He's my cue.
Would we agree that my guy's pick at my guy's pick in the 11th round is the worst pick of this round in Alex Verdugo? Could we agree on that?
I like
Alex
Verdugo.
Verdugo.
I don't like Verdugo.
You turn.
Why do you mean? What do you mean, Chris?
I'm just making sure that it's the worst pick of all of these, just across the board.
Just as we
Well,
talk about,
when
like,
we're playing in a
average,
points league, and we've got Verdugo, I would rather have Soler. I'd rather play the power on the bombs than a high contact hitter.
So it's a little Jeff McNeil, right?
Okay.
It's Jeff McNeil. That's exactly right. It's Jeff McNeil.
I like Verdugo a lot as a real life player, and not.
I like Verdugo in head to head or Roto. I think he's a great pick. In a points, I don't want him here. And I feel like my guy felt desperate about outfield because we only had 2 going into round 11. And I just wanted confirmation from everybody that it's the worst pick. That's all.
I know.
players-
This picture of Nick is going to be everywhere.
I mean, we can get a really good starter, maybe. There are some really good. Yes. Okay. All right. Yes.
You just got a seal of approval.
Let's go.
So based on who my partner just took, I'm pretty sure we're the same person. So we are definitely not winning this league.
Can my co-manager take a pitcher, or is they're taking mediocre hitters every time?
In spring, right before COVID got out, and I mean, the dude noticeably got jacked up. I mean, for him, because I saw him when he first got drafted on the backfields, and then this year, I mean, it looked like 10 to 15 pounds.
Jared
Well, good.
Kelenic.
Myles, can you ask my co-manager if they could please take a freaking pitcher next round? Please.
Whoa, that's a pick.
Jimenez. That's fun.
I love Andres Jimenez, and I hate that pick there.
Yeah, I do not care for. I do not care for that one bit.
That's you know who
Faster, Nick. Why would you do this to me?
you know who isn't Team 11? Andrew Perpetua.
Oh, and then the bear goes the next pick. If it's Nick, I'm gonna be mad.
Wait. Oh, we just got auto picked. We just got auto picked.
Yeah, they're
Just
probably
got
gonna
auto
do
picked. Take
I
that
think you
back.
should keep it.
Take that back.
Take that back.
Thank you.
You don't want VR?
No one
took
wants
his
VR. You
closer.
went with Gallegos? No.
Do you want VR instead?
But it's not gonna. It's gonna be.
Well, that's enough.
Oh, we took Gary Sanchez in a points league. Yeah. That sucks.
I'd have killed for Gary Sanchez 2 rounds ago.
19th round. 19th round, Gary Sanchez. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
He strikes out so
pitcher.
much.
That was the pitcher I wanted. Yay.
You want him
You
in
can have him.
Good job, partner.
Yes. Yes.
D-Dick.
Best pick.
Another guy that I took that Nick was like, "Why did you take this guy?"
17th round.
Is it?
Yes.
Just get the Nick seal of approval?
Yes. We
No one's
needed
ever
a
been
third
that
baseman.
excited about Brian
We
Anderson.
needed another third baseman for when Josh
even,
Donaldson gets
like,
hurt.
this is-
Brian
Not even-
Anderson.
not even the
is
one
exactly
Marlins
the last
fan.
one left. Brian Anderson is exactly the one we needed. Excellent. Now I can
Confirmed
feel
Nick
comfortable
Pollock is in
taking-
Brian Anderson's family.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. Now we can get wonderful value in Mike Minor. And
How did you just snipe me on Mike Minor? How?
Brutal.
There you go. That's those are some of the best moments. There's still so much stuff in there that just like was absolutely incredible. Like I said, being part of this draft, it really just there's no way to describe the feeling of like you don't have control of the pick. You know what you want your co-manager to do. You know you have a vision for this team, and they just completely go like not even anywhere in the realm of what like who thought Andres Jimenez was going to get taken there in the 16th round? Like certainly not Asher. No one else in that draft thought that was happening. And you just have to kind of roll with that punch and just go with it. So, you know, I'm really having such a fun time with this to the point where I think actually there's one thing I have to do real quick before I can move on to the next. Before I can move on to the next slide, I got to do something real quick. And now that I've done it, we can move on to the next slide, which is the Wacky League sign-up sheet is now live in the Pitcher List Plus Discord. You can now find it in the general channel of our Pitcher List Plus Discord. You want to be part of the Wacky Leagues. Shout out to my presentation from last year. You know, spice up your fantasy life. You want to do that? Join pitcherlist.com/plus. Be part of the PL Plus community. Join our Discord. and you can find the sign up sheet to be part of the wacky leagues. We've got so much more than just a blind draft, but we will be having more blind drafts. I can't guarantee everyone's going to get in a blind draft. I have no idea how many of them we can do manpower wise, but indicate your interest in all these leagues, and I will do my absolute best to get everyone signed up for every league that they want to be a part of. So come join Pitcherless Plus. At this point, that is it for my presentation in terms of everything that I have to show you guys. There's still I have another 4 hours at least of footage, and maybe, throughout the year, we'll go ahead and release more and more stuff from this draft. But that was some of the best stuff. I think personally, I'm going to clip Yancey saying "ya" and just make that my sound effect for everything on my phone. I got a text message, "ya." Thank y'all so much for being part of this. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I want, I know he's hanging out back there. I want someone who participated in the blind draft to come and talk to me about what he thought of being part of the blind draft after not being part of it last year. I hope that he's able to. If not, I can keep talking about the blind draft because it was just the most incredible thing. There we go.
Myles. No, that was so amazing. Oh my God. Easily the most fun I've had the entire weekend.
You promise it's not just because you're so delirious right now?
No, I'm wide awake because Matt Tavernite, you did a great job. Save for Gallegos and McNeil. We can talk later. We can talk later about that. I don't know if you noticed that I went and got Amir Garrett right after Gallegos because it's the pick I should have made. But that's okay.
You said you almost wanted to take, or someone mentioned taking Jordan Hicks there to just be like, no, not Gallegos.
Jordan Hicks is going to be the closer, not Gallegos, but whatever. Now, actually, you know what? Rick Graham is on your side, so maybe I'm being ridiculous about this. But it's the most fun draft, Myles. Like the tension every time. I will say, probably at the bookends, not as good as being in the middle, because any time that Tavernite was going to pick, I kind of had a loose idea of things as opposed to it's this moment. This is the one guy we have to get. So it doesn't make it as rage inducing when.
Because you can then immediately fix whatever mistake that's made. I wonder though, you say that about this turn, you got the easy turn. You got the pick to fix things. If you were on the other turn where you make your pick and then if you had to go first on the turn, you might be feeling a whole lot differently about the turn right now.
Oh man. Mary, I might do that this week for just Pitcherless Plus. I will live stream inside of the Discord the entire draft board and my thoughts about it, kind of like I did last year when you guys did the co-manager draft and I gave a little 45-minute preview on Twitch. I'll probably do something like that, at least just reviewing it, just because I'm curious how you finished it. And Tavernite, I got Mike Minor because it's a best ball league and he's gonna get innings, and he ain't that bad. And I needed to make sure that you got good value, okay?
And you sniped Eric Cross on it. So there's two of you that felt Minor was a good pick there.
That's it. But yeah, I love that you're like, okay, I'm gonna get the hitters. I was like, I'm gonna get the pitchers. It worked out so fun. And yeah, King Hippo, last year you were matched up with Huth, and it was the funniest thing ever. You guys were not in sync, and it was fun not being a part of it and from a neutral perspective looking in and justifying one side of every pick, right? They either loved it or they hated it, and I was the one to kind of decide for them. I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. It's the best draft. Just find a way to get involved with it. Myles and I are going to figure out ways that we can do more of these before.
We've already got it figured out. I've got a team of people ready to go to help moderate more of these because we want to make more of them happen. We know the manpower that it takes to make each draft happen, right? We need basically at least 2 moderators for every draft. Well, we've got people on standby ready to go. So if you want to be part of a blind draft, don't worry about, I don't know if they just sign up. Put it in there. If I can get you in one, I 100% will, because it is so much fun. It is, and for me too, to just sit there and watch all of you stew and be so frustrated and I don't Nick. My God!
I didn't know I was doing that.
That's definitely gonna be an emoji.
Asher, I did not deserve all the yelling. Apparently, I got when you thought I was drafting for you. Okay, you guys should have figured it out. I was just picking all my guys and Whit Merrifield. It's pretty straightforward.
So actually, it's funny. At one point, Asher figured out for sure that you weren't his partner
Why not?
because Eric picked a prospect, and everyone was like, "Oh no, Nick doesn't know those guys."
Ben Brown just posted inside the general. Yep, that's it. I was so nervous, but he picked Brian Anderson. Tyron,
Yeah,
I'm proud
it
of
worked
you.
out.
It
It
was
worked
great.
out.
But Myles, really, I mean, huge thank you to this to putting this together. It's not easy to host these things and then go through all that video. Ben Brown too. I mean, the stuff you made inside of that. You do have me terrified that you put on Wrecking Ball and now we're going to get a DMCA. But no, of course not. But yeah, what a fun event, man. I mean, that is so great, and I hope kind of the other industry people see like what they missed out on to be part of it. I know a couple people were saying like, oh, I'm sad I missed it already. But every year we want that to be a surprise, and I'm not going to necessarily participate next year. We got to keep it interesting.
You got to mix it
Who's
up.
going to be in it, right? So
Yeah, and besides, we can now send to all of the industry experts. Al Melchior saying this was really fun. I want to do another one. So if Al Melchior is in, who else is going to be in, because they know, hey, this is something that we enjoy. It's not a stupid thing. This is some really incredible thing that we have to be a part of and that we want to be a part of.
Oh yeah, Al Melchior. I mean, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the nicest guy in the industry, and it's really cool that you're able to set that up. Hopefully, we can do more of those one-on-one things. I mean, Eric Van Rehen said, "Love is blind draft," which is so perfect.
That definitely came up. I'm gonna be honest. Before I came up with the Masked Singer reveal, I wanted to do Love Is Blind reveal, but then I realized that all of those, they like run and jump in each other's arms and like kiss, and I was like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
I
not.
I caught the Dalton Varsho censor, and of course him holding the MVP. I mean, amazing work, absolutely amazing work. But yeah, really big thanks from all of us. Really, that was just an amazing hour of a presentation and the whole thing. So thank you, Myles.
I hope it was
Ben
worth
Brown.
waiting 10 days for that.
It was hard. It was hard. I'll be
You
honest.
didn't even wait 10 minutes to go into plaid
I didn't say anything. There was an
harass
information
people.
embargo. I didn't harass anybody. Of course not. Don't
Not
you
what I
dare
heard.
put that on me. I did think it was Schwebzy. So Schwebzy, I thought you were my partner for a bit. Just so you know, because of the McNeil. I was like, it's got to be a Met fan.
Oh, actually, on that
Gotta
note, I
be.
want to point out Trevor Huth told me that he is 100% certain that his partner was one of the Vita twins or Christopher Reeves. Without a doubt, he knew it for sure, 100%. Trevor, I wanted to make a bet with you. I didn't because I already knew the answer. But just remember, you said 100%. 100%. And it was Mary.
It was Mary. But the Chris Bryant pick should have given it away. Honestly, I should have realized that one. But no, that was a good pick. But anyway, I think that's gonna end the day today. It's right at 11 o'clock. Myles, thank you so much for this. I've been waiting all week for it. Amazing.
What are we gonna do tomorrow? Oh, by the way, what we're
12
gonna do
hours.
tomorrow is Ben Brown. All the amazing stuff he did for me. He has his presentation tomorrow talking about the nastiest pitches article and how they do it. Yeah, absolutely machine. I mean, did you see all the stuff he did for me? 100% a
Exactly.
machine. So definititely check that out tomorrow morning. I'm going to be up to watch it for
and
sure.
the panel for Yancey was bullet point 1 Yancey Eden, second point Yancey Eden, and that makes me very happy.
What else
Anyway,
needs to be
Myles,
said?
thanks so much. Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Bye, everyone.